siyembra at mga gulay, ang sina, na hasta mga hindi lang abda training sila tadali hasta mga similya yadali sila kumigo ang sina na manada similya tanin sila kumigo tadali ko sa kosa tan share tamin nyo na otro kung mo amanda tamin nyo kanila siyembra na ta pwede ka tamin nyo man kuan true organic hindi lang yung similya kanila tadali pati el knowledge ko sa kumigo yadali pakilaya si mga concoction ta pwede tamin nyo kanila insinya.
Department of Agriculture, Region 9, Masaganang Ani, Mataas na Kita. For more information on Department of Agriculture, programs and projects, call us at 991-3188 or you may visit us at General Vicente Alvarez Street, Zamboanga City.
The E-Box Update na barangay, Talabaan. The E-Box sila.
Bimbali kayo, el E-Box. Kami harap bimbali aki. Bing klaro kayo todo. Mira kami na media updated kami. Pwede ustedes siya manabil el E-Box na media solid kayo el 14. So manabil ustedes para pwede ustedes mira kun ser Hill pati kun Serey.
Kami pamilya Columbres de Barangay Talabaan. I-media mo solid.
Apuraya, imanabel el E-Box akilang na e-media station. MCLL Highway, Divisoria.
Zamboanga, di ato neste.
Solid! I-media mo!
This is the Zamboanga Task Force COVID-19 Advisory.
Buenas noches, querido compoblanos, paz de Dios y abrazo de Nuestra Señora la Virgen del Pilar y San José a todos. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A mediante del pandemia del COVID-19 aquí en la ciudad de Zamboanga, el entero, Zamboanga Peninsula, te enfrenta otro amenazo na seguridad siguiendo el ataque del mga bandido na Zamboanga Sibugay, del Abu Sayyaf. The incident which happened while we were commemorating the 7th year of the Zamboanga siege is a reminder that we should never put our guards down. As chairperson of the Regional Peace and Order Council, we called for an executive session yesterday to discuss the matters pertaining to peace and the threats of kidnapping and bombing in Zamboanga Peninsula. The Council approved a resolution, first of all, commending the security forces under the 102nd Brigade led by our former Task Force Commander, now Brigade Commander General Lionel Nicolas, and the 44th Infantry Division Zamboangueño Lieutenant Colonel Don Templo Nuevo. The successful operation against the ASG bandits in Zamboanga Sibugay last September 9 was met with gratitude from the residents. Governor Wilter Palma of Sibugay lauded the successful operation launched by the 102nd Brigade and the 41st Infantry Division and the PNP as well as the Philippine Air Force for the air support and the Philippine Navy for the naval assault and all security forces. The swift and decisive action of the security forces prevented bombings and acts of terrorism in the peninsula. During the meeting, the PNP also revealed that threats on kidnapping as well as names and targets of include mayors in the peninsula. Thus, the ARPOC called for intensified security and urged the public to be proactive and vigilant but responsive. Once again, I call on the residents of Zamboanga, kung todo diyato mga bibientes Kristiyano o Muslim ilumad, let us all remain alert to contribute to the peace-keeping efforts of our security because it is a shared responsibility. If there are any suspicious-looking people, persons, items, motorcycles, backpacks, to please report to the Philippine National Police or the nearest Task Force Zamboanga in the barangay. Enseguida se reportan na autoridad el presensya del diaton mga sospechoso bagahe, backpacks, y también abandonaw mga vehikulo como motorsiklo o mga sospechoso personalidad na de ustedes komunidad. Na esta manera ay pwede kita prevenir el mga mal plano del diaton mga bandido o mal elementos na sosyedad to cause harm in our community. Our law enforcers have fortified target hardening measures and are devoting their 100% support and resources to ensure the safety and protection of everyone. Thus, we need your 101 support. We are not only beset with challenges caused by the pandemic, but we are also hounded by man-made calamities as well as threats. Nonetheless, we have to move forward, ensure the continuity of services to the people of Zamboanga in these very difficult times. All our actions and decisions in the city government are in compliance with existing laws, rules, and regulations and guidelines based also on the law and consultations with our expert panels. That is why, based on consultations with concerned sectors, I have issued Executive Order 589, re-implementing the prohibition on cargo trucks of more 5 gross ton weight tonnage, including trailers and container vans on certain streets in Zamboanga City from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., Mondays to Fridays, effective on September 16. This is intended to help ease the flow of traffic in certain streets during peak hours. Exempted to the ban are fire trucks, LPG carriers, as well as trucks carrying flammable gas, to include acetylene gas and medical industrial grade oxygen, Zamboanga City Water District tankers, refrigerated vans and trucks carrying perishable goods, agricultural cargoes, as well as those transporting factory workers and food supplies. The executive order is concurred by the Sangguniang Panglungsod through Resolution 1211 approved September 1. Today, September 11, we also recall to mind all of the victims of terrorism, and we continue to pray for their eternal repose as well as the victims of COVID. Esta noche, taki si Attorney Kenneth Vincent Peldua para kedal di aton moderator na di aton presser. Attorney Kenneth, buenas noches.
Buenas noches, Mayor. Buenas noches, Ciudad de Zamboanga. Bienvenidos en este virtual presser. Y como siempre, manjunto con el diaton alcaldesa, el diaton City Tourism Officer, Miss Sarita Sebastian, y también el diaton City Health Officer, Dr. Dulce Miravite. Y ahora, para na mga preguntas del miembros del prensa para con el alcaldesa, desde Angelique Alejandro, relatado también a pregunta de RG Go, manada ta pregunta, maskin lejos pa, el Día de las Almas, si prohibido ba también el visitada na mga sementeryo como cosa ya hace na Metro Manila?
Angelique, pregunta junto con Archigo, amo el di aton que debe kita decidi por causa hindi lang na Metro Manila pero na otro mga syudad tamen, ya pribiniya sila el visita na mga sementeryo na November 1. In coordination with Dr. Dulce Miravite and Dr. Elmer Apolinario, we will come up with the guidelines to protect our people, but also looking at the Fiesta Hermosa Festival, we will really have to regulate the flow of people so as not to cause undue damage because of COVID-19, because the risks are very high.
Cosa el mga reciente noticias acerca el level de seguridad aquí na diaton syudad?
Angelique, mismo el diaton comandante de West Mindanao taas el llamada para con todo mga local chief executives ba hasta na diaton mga barangay para kada vigilante. El diaton revelasyon di General Nicolas del otro día kay mucho dagat mga backpacks también motorsiklo amo tiene mga components de IED kita debe bisya y tiene también mga threats of kidnapping aquí na diaton region. Por eso el diaton 74th IB Commander, Yasel Ronchada, and Yasel dila mga operations aquí na Costa Este, yal tamen el di ato na MBLT 11, daron siya hasta na Lamar, itodo ta koordina junto con el policía lokal para kada vihilaw, itapidigat tamin katkita ko na di ato mga bibetes, particularmente to all our barangay officials and residents to help monitor the situation because we do not want any acts of terrorism in Zamboanga City and the region as well.
En este momento, ya subiba el número del mga aquellos ya perder trabajo y no hay trabajo aquí na diaton syudad. Maskin takiya kita na estado de Modified General Community Quarantine.
Angelique, na datos kaya presenta el City Planning and Development Office, 46,000 vivientes siya sa le-afectao por causa del di aton mga quarantine measures y por causa deste el di la empleo ya queda afectao cuántos mga negosyo siya sira, itawi también kita que tiene también mga otros negocios, hindi puede aceptar el di la mga empleyado. Por eso, el gobierno local, junto con el sangguniang panglungsod, hace el mejores para aliviar el dificultad del mga vivientes y ayrol dia kita di ating mga economic packages to be able to allow our people to recover.
Desde RG tiene ahora mga container vans kita usa como mga isolation facilities na mga otro syudad y probinsya. Posible ba que tiene también kita ang ansina aquí na diating syudad?
Yes, RG, si Engineer Chris Navarro and Engineer Joy Lee, ya el manera para hacer también el mga plano para usando con el mga container vans because this can be done and stocked very easily to provide for 1,000 bed capacity for our isolation area in Ecozone to be able to put up our mega isolation facility.
From Julie Alipala, after 7 years, why do we still have internally displaced persons in 5 transitory sites?
Well, Julie, there are still pending IDPs in transitory sites because the purchase of properties have just been recently perfected by the NHA. After purchasing and perfecting the properties, then there is the call also to build the transitory sites, the permanent shelter from transitory sites, which include around 1,000 families. The remaining 1,000 families, and with the coordination of NHA, we need to realize this so that our IDPs in transitory sites as well as in homes will be able to have their own permanent homes and transfer to permanent homes eventually at the soonest possible time.
Otro mga preguntas, fuera con el dituyo aviso con el público que está vigilante contra el mga mal elementos na sociedad. Tiene ba tu otro directiva para con el sector de seguridad siguiente el incidente na provincia de Zamboanga City?
El di aton apelo, tiene también siempre el threat del kidnapping aquí na reyon. In fact, cuantos mga alcalde, ya mencional police, que necesita también visa, and tiene también high threat of bombing. That is why these are very two important measures that we ask everyone to be always on the lookout. Tamira tamin kita ang posibilidad kay cuantos mga elementos ay aselang gayot abla kita gulo na komunidad, por ejemplo ba, lansyada, or as a bangga grande truck para afekta cuantos mga gente. Por eso, tapilagat kita to always be vigilant and avoid crowds, especially because of COVID and because of the threat of terrorism and man-made calamities.
Muchas gracias, ma'am. Y ahora na mga con todo reciente noticias acerca el esfuerzo del gobierno local na volvida del diatong mga locally stranded individuals y también el mga returning overseas Filipinos and authorized persons outside residence. Uy kita con la presentación del diatong City Tourism Officer, Miss Sarita Sebastian.
Hola, buenas noches a todos. Estel datos que tiene kita por causa de la llegada del diatong LSIs, ROF y también mga A-Force y aquellos también los demás que quiere abrir aquí en la ciudad de Zamboanga. En este día tiene kita figure de 28,466 que llegaya desde el mes de mayo, 9,632 LSI, 1,583 ROF, and 17,251 APOR. Como siempre, el gobierno local continúa a ofrecer libre facilidad de cuarentena y libre swab. Pero en mga días que viene, as soon as ready el diatong quarantine facility na diferente lugar que donde ta identifica el gobierno local, ay esperanza el diatong mga LSIs que hindi mas sila man quarantine na mga hotel. Mientras tanto, na otra noticia, el Oficina del Turismo Local ta advertí con el mga negosyo de mga negosyante de akomodación para cumplir el reglamento bajo na MGCQ. Sa kakarta, letter of endorsement desde la Oficina de Turismo Local antes de man apply permit to operate na Department of Tourism Regional Office. Cumpli con el mga health and safety protocols y observa el 50% capacity na different accommodations. El otro tío is, si se le pregunta, no más demora tiempo, favor aclarar los demás issues que necesita ustedes sale aclarar na oficina de turismo local. Gracias.
Y ahora para na magapregunta, asigun taman problema el mga locally stranded individuals kay mayor parte del mga gobyerno lokal, ang mga lugar donde sila estaba, 3 días ante el viaje taman issue con el authority to travel. Por eso hindi sila pwede registrar na opisina del turismo local 7 días antes como el requerimiento.
We have encountered that situation, Kenneth, and we advise them whatever available requirements sila, pwede sila man upload para pwede sila man register, and the moment that they will have the travel authority, then they will have to upload it. They can always go back to the link para pwede sila man upload el cosa falta requirements sila tiene. Now, the moment they complete that, oficina de turismo local taman pass on a list na oficina di Dr. Elmer Apolinario donde taman release el entry permit or entry pass.
El segundo pregunta, ma'am, si tiene ba sale negative RT-PCR result na test, no? Como talya sila na fasilidad, pwede ba sila volve? Necesita pa ba sila man home quarantine?
Well, I've consulted that matter with Dr. Dulce Miravite, and she advised me que aquellos que sale negative na diila RT-PCR swab test, definitely taman na kita volve kanila. Now, in the event, el number of days, menos na 14 days, then when they reach home, they would still have to continue and finish off the 14-day quarantine at home.
Do LSI still need to have an entry pass for Zamboanga City if they already have an entry pass for their respective local government units where they will be headed to?
In the last conversation I had with Dr. Elmer Apolinario, importante lang man el entry pass, necesita kita tiene dokumento ta agara kay el dila end destination recibi kanila. But what is important is they have to coordinate with their LGU so that their LGU, my counterpart, akal tagara ko ng LSI management program, man advise ka natin ahead of time kay tiene sila llegada, because we want to make sure that the LSI management team del otro mga lugar, talya sila na point of entry.
Hasta ko sa edad del mga bata locally stranded individuals, el hindi mas necesita man undergo kun el RT-PCR tests.
9 years old and below.
I-aura ma'am, el dito yung aviso para kun el diaton mga kompoblanos.
Mga kompoblanos, pabor, debe ustedes entender kay hindi pa pwede el leisure trip. Dili pa mo pwede magpaseo-paseo diri sa Zamboanga, palihog ra. Kay Chene, kung kere, andalan kita Zamboanga para pasya. Kay na, dili mo kaagi sa mga border. Sa border namo, dili mo kaagi diri kung magpasyal-pasyal. Dili pa pwede ang leisure trip. Second is, we would want to really remind di aton mga kompoblanos, pabor ko opera ng mga health and safety protocol. Si Chene po ustedes mga pamilya, que quiere volver pa aquí na ciudad de Zamboanga, kay talya pa sila na otro lugar, pabor, hindi na email, pabor, registra online na Turismo Lokal de Zamboanga Facebook account, kay para pwede kanila dale entry pass. Kita el cooperación de todo en cuestión de health and safety protocol. Y como siempre, la Oficina de Turismo Local ta advertí con todo, suporta y coopera na aspeto de seguridad del ating gobyerno lokal. Muchas gracias.
Zamboanga, di ato na stay. Solid! Stay updated for SCC advisories.
In behalf of our Dean, Dr. Magdalena Y. Lim, I am Deo J. Galvez, Coordinator of the Department of Education and Liberal Arts. Want to join the rank of teachers and be a molder of the young minds today? Enroll at Department of Education and Liberal Arts of Southern City Colleges. We offer Bachelor of Elementary Education, Bachelor of Secondary Education, majors in English and Filipino, plus Professional Education Certificates or PEC. For over the years, we have produced products who are now outstanding teachers in public and private schools in Zamboanga City and in the region. Southern City Colleges, in these trying times, also offers Study Now, Pay Later. So come, join us, set your goals, and make your dreams come true.
Southern City Colleges, the school that cares.
E-Media, 7 years, 7 counts of blessing.
For 7 years, E-Media has become our partner in providing our public with relevant information through their wide coverage using several broadcast and streaming platforms. It is through E-Media that DSWD had its first ever TV radio program through its Servicio Todo Todo in 2014. In behalf of the DSWD Field Office 9, we would like to thank you for the support to our agency's information and advocacy efforts. May you continue to inspire more people and radiate the communities with your news and public information. Your solid dedication to public service has truly rippled the airwaves through the years. Bearing our core values of maagap at mapagkalingang serbisyo, we greet E-Media a happy 7th anniversary. 7 years, 7 counts of blessing. Happy 7 E-Media.
Solid! The E-Box Update na barangay Pasanangka. The E-Box ya sila.
Swerte ka chete niyo isi box, no? Kay tininisita mga otro channel ko pa segment klaro gadle. El di mi mga friend, el di mi mga relatives, si quiero ustedes complacer, mas que no ustedes cable, pwede si cable, bien klaro gayot. Hindi gato ustedes mansayang el sen.
Apuraya, iman-avail el E-Box akilang na E-Media Station. MCLL Highway, Divisoria.
Zamboanga, di ato neste.
Solid! E-Media mo!
Muchas gracias, Ma'am Sarita Sebastián y todo el mga personajes del turismo local. Y ahora, para na mga reciente estado de COVID cases aquí na Diaton Ciudad, uwi kita con el Diaton City Health Officer, Dr. Dulce Miravite.
Good evening, everyone. In the past 4 days, the following are the additional reported cases. So on September 7, we have additional 19 cases, September 8, 12 cases, September 9, 10 cases, and September 10, 21 cases. So a total of 62 cases were recorded. There are 58 new recoveries and 5 deaths. So the total confirmed case as of today is 1,393. The total recoveries is at 64% or 897 and 62 deaths. There are 434 active cases, out of which 47 are at Kabatangan Isolation Facility, 48 are at Adzu Lantaka Isolation Facility, 85 at Yuntes, 36 at Eco Zone. 71 are admitted at Zamboanga City Medical Center, 1 at Kabatangan DOH facility, and 90 are at private hospitals. Cumulatively, there are 9,507 suspect cases, out of which 8,881 are with negative results. 459 specimens were collected and submitted to DOH Reso that awaits results. A total of 10,731 RT-PCR tests are done to date. The latest stats actually can be accessed at our COVID tracker. So you can visit bit.ly/COVID-CZ.
Y ahora, Doc, para na mga pregunta del miembros del prensa, desde Angelique Alejandro, del ayer ya conduci ustedes inspección na mga escuela y na convention center. ¿Tiene ba ustedes el finalista si donde mga facilidad ay queda como isolation facility?
Ma'am Angelique, ta continua pa kita man inspect el other mga facilities. So, after we are done inspecting na di aton mga posible kada isolation facility, we will do recommendations na di aton local IATF, and then that's for finalization.
Yalegaya ba el mga testing kits y medicina que han procure el gobierno local del semanas pasaw?
Siya kita mga kwantos medicina yalegaya, and siya taman kita testing kits yalega for medio the Secretary Galvez, no? So we would like to thank Secretary Galvez who facilitated el di aton mga yalega testing kits.
Cosa el mga top 10 barangays que tiene el con todo alto caso de COVID-19 aquí na syudad?
So for the active cases, Chene, of more than 15, amos el mga barangay na top, no, with more than 15 cases. So we have Talon-Talon at 53 cases, amos el mga active case, no, and Palarian 21, San Roque 19, and Tetuan 19, Putik 18, Tumaga 18, Santa Maria 17, Baliwasan and San Jose Guso at 16.
Base na COVID-19 tracker del syudad, el age group que tiene el más alto caso de COVID, amo el mga edad de 20 para 29 años. Kosagaha el razón posible porque bien alto el número del mencionado age group.
Ma'am Angelique, uno del mga rason pwede why el mga age group, no, is the age group 20 to 29 years old they are really at high risk of getting exposed, no, because ta kami na gani mga gente, no, during this time, during this age 20 to 29 years old, because they do el busca la vida. So this is one of the reasons porque gani sila high exposure and high risk of getting infected.
Bastante pa ba el numero del mga hospital beds aquí na di ating syudad?
As of now, we are already occupying about 60% del mga beds allocated na di aton COVID cases in all our mostly in all our hospitals.
From RGGO, ay tiene measles vaccination on October. Cosa el razón porque man bakuna kita otra vez for 1 month?
Actually, vaccination activity or immunization activity, or tabla kita SIA, no, supplemental immunization activity is really to protect the aton vulnerable population, those children 9 months to less than 5 years old or to 59 months from getting infected or from getting the sarampion. So, taas kita supplemental immunization activity para man protekyan kita kon di aton vulnerable population para hindi sila man-infect and kada mutual kaso di aton the measles na city.
Yaman lift ya ba el measles outbreak aquí na di aton syudad?
Actually, no, kita man lift el di aton status, no, del measles outbreak, because continuously up until now, tiyan kita mga kaso ta pwede mira or ta pwede saka na that's either measles or related to measles, no. So por eso no pa kita pwede man lift el di aton outbreak.
Desde Roland Ramos, 5 Zamboangueños were tested positive in Pagadian City as a result of the transfer of certain regional offices from Zamboanga to Pagadian. Cosa el dituyo comento con el cosa que pensa el mga de Pagadian kay kita el Talleva Aura COVID na di ila syudad?
Okay, Sir Roland, hindi lang El Zamboanga City, tiene más caso de COVID, no? Other major cities and also the entire world, no? Tiene gani kita mga paso. That is why it is very important that cada equalan cities will really have measures in place to identify and to contain infection, especially na mga gente ta-entra na kada equalan mga cities.
Relataw ko naquela primer pregunta di Roland, el 5 ba aquella menciona que ang positivo, igualmente ay punta baquel como caso del ciudad de Zamboanga, siendo el di ila address aquí na di aton ciudad.
Este Sir Roland will depend on the address po na di aton disease reporting unit. So depende ka na address po na disease reporting unit.
El último pregunta di Roland, na total número de magayari cubrí, pwede ba daw le pidi el breakdown si donde sila estaba, aquellos estaba na isolation facilities, na hospital o aquella man quarantina na casa lang. Cuánto persona el yaman positibo na COVID el na casa lang yan isolate?
Sir Roland, el di aton mga active cases as much as possible tan isolate kita na di aton mga isolation facilities or tan admit kita na di aton mga hospitals. So el breakdown, what I have here is aquel on this testaba, no? But per isolation facility, maybe pa Dios sa contigo el breakdown na next pressure, no? But el breakdown del di aton recovered cases, so we have CRC related 199, el detainees 5, community we have 523 recoveries, LSI 142, ROF 24, and Malaysia 1. So mostly, este mga recovered cases di aton, some are admitted at the hospital but later on are stepped down na di aton isolation facility. So most di aton recovered cases, immediate to end point is from our isolation facilities.
Ahora na pregunta ni Judy Alipala, why are there no more updates, particularly in the profile of each patient, such as the age, barangay, as well as the place of quarantine?
So, Ma'am Julie, actually, we have our COVID tracker, no? And you can access this by going to bit.ly/COVID-CZ. So, aki pwede kita mira el mga updated numbers di ato, no? So, every day el di ato numbers and update, but we el di aton mga profile tapos nakita na di aton advisory, we post it in our advisory. It takes some time for verification, that's why sometimes late gani no? But today we're going to put our we'll post no todo este profile along with the details del di aton mortality.
El siguiente pregunta di Julie, ta preguntale si cuánto ya el total número de mga muerte por causa de COVID-19. Y si puede ba daw le pidi el mga detalles este mga muerte estaba principiando el mes de agosto.
Yes, Ma'am Julie, no? So, Chenya kita 62 recorded mortality and the details will be posted in our advisory. Si Ma'am Sheila has the details of this already and this will be posted in our advisory.
Relataw po na kal pregunta, Doc, mucho también ta obserba kay ta continua subi el número de mga muerte por causa de COVID, kaya sila sabi na dito yung opinion medical, cosa el mga precaution que debe hacer el un pasyente de COVID para hindi mas que napagrabe el di su sitwasyon y resulta na muerte.
Yes, Attorney Kenneth, no? So, Mostly, LD Atun deaths are from 50 years old and above, and those with comorbidities. So, as the comorbidities are hypertension, diabetes, or on hemodialysis, or with respiratory disease like asthma or COPD. So, as the mga comorbidities, taas mas komplikaw kung infection de COVID. So, el importante is if you have comorbidities, then you really have to take care and be mindful to really practice LD aton minimum health standards, no? Para hindi kita kada-infectaw. If ever you have been a close contact of a confirmed case, then it is very important that you get yourself swabbed or tested para pwede kita sabi as early si Chenegane tukunad infection or nuay, no? So it's very important to be diagnosed early so that we will be able to monitor and give the right treatment. And if with symptoms already, so consult early and isolate yan, no? Man-isolate ya kita di aton korpo para hindi kita man-infect po nel ototamin. So very important again, if we have vulnerable groups or population hunto ka naton kakeda, LD aton mga senior citizens, those who are pregnant, those who are immunocompromised, or those with comorbidities, then the more that we really have to take care of them. And if tiyan mga signs and symptoms, so nesita temprano konsulta and nesita man monitor gayod el symptoms.
Muchas gracias, Doc Dulce Miravite y el entero puersa de la Oficina de Salud na de ustedes esfuerzo para servir con el diato mga compoblanos. Y ahora, wikta el mensaje de la alcaldesa de Ciudad de Zamboanga, Mayor Ben Climaco.
Muchas gracias, Attorney Kenneth. With the continuous surge of COVID cases in the city, we badly need everybody's support and cooperation, and most importantly, el diaton disiplina. Let us do our share by faithfully adhering to quarantine guidelines and health protocols and to help curb the transmission of the coronavirus. Por medio di Secretary Galvez, si Secretary, ya pwede ka natin India 5,000 test kits para al City Health Office, and we have to make it available really for our frontliners, aquellos na mga di aton barangay, ketadalen asistency ayuda, aquellos mga contact tracers, el diaton mga health professionals, and even our security sector. Por causa kay sila, el diaton mga na frontera, amo el vulnerable, and that is why we will make these test kits available for them. And we're very thankful to Secretary Galvez for also helping us in this time. Asagani klaro si Dr. Dulce that importante gayot si Chenikitas close contact na COVID positive, that we allow ourselves to be swabbed, because it is only in testing that we will be able to find out what treatment can be done. Swabbing, that means testing, tracing, and treatment are very essential. I am very saddened by the death of a colleague of ours in the city government. The first mortality, he is from the city engineer's office. Our condolence to the family of our deceased colleague. We are very saddened because diatun peleo contra COVID, sir kaya gayot na diatun corazon, y bien grande gayot el efecto. Si tiene membro del diatun familia, y tiene membro del diatun mga compañeros na gobyerno ta despidi. Pero por medio del esfuerzo de todo, this could really be kita alleviated had we allow early testing, tracing, and treatment. Let us pray for all our departed. As we conclude the virtual presser, allow me to thank our security sector for your sacrifices in a bid to keep Zamboanga City safe. That preemptive response of General Nicolas as he continues to keep Zamboanga safe in the peninsula, and the work of a Zamboangueño Battalion Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Don Templonevo, is something that the entire region is very grateful. Por eso, yamanda kita dahil resolution and forma con el Secretario de National Defense, el DILG, y también con Presidente Duterte, kay en este tiempo, el de mga sektor de seguridad hindi taturmi. We remain unrelenting in our commitment in our security sector. Además, hindi sila tadurmi blakital figuratively, but they are working very hard for the welfare of our people. Currently, there are 62,250 active cases in the country and registered 252,964 cases. And finally, I wish to express my sincerest gratitude to the medical front and frontline workers, the doctors, the nurses, healthcare workers, and all essential workers. Gracias por el de ustedes dedikasyon na serbisyo para cura con el mga enfermo. We're very thankful to also our private sector partners, to Dr. Mine MC, Dr. Juni Rivera, as well as the partners in our education sector, Sir Ben Halili, Ma'am HM, and Western Mindanao State University, CZMC Ateneo de Zamboanga, CZMST, and all our sectors. We are with you and we are in this together. Ang Kalordia Montodo, di Doc Dulce, Ma'am Sarita, Sheila, Tenil, Garnet, Sed and Christian, and Bong, SSL Alcalde Ben Climaco with Attorney Kenneth Vincent Valdua, to advertise syempre. Let us avoid COVID by staying at home, social distancing, and avoid unnecessary ablakita risk by going outside. And Kalordia Montodo otra vez, may God keep Zamboanga City safe. Muchísimas gracias y vaya con Dios a todos.
Zamboanga, di ato na state.
Solid!
Taste the goodness of mangoes in a refreshing cup. Over Mango, the mango with a twist. Try our Over Mango ice cream.